All right, guys, well, I'm back today with an overview of a very high value and budget 9mm handgun that's very similar to the Glock 26, but with some improvements over the Glock 26, including a slimmed down grip module, extra rounds in the mag, optics cuts, fiber sights, all standard for a street price of right around $330. This is the GForce Arms Rapture, and when I saw this pistol and then I saw the price, I knew it was a good opportunity to take a look at what seemingly was a great high value and budget carry option with an optics cut out of the box that wouldn't break the bank. Now, GForce Arms did send this out to me a few months back, and I actually got one of the first handguns that was made. Now, it had some teething issues, to be just 100% transparent. I sent it back to GForce Arms. They actually redesigned a few components in the handguns, and now they've re-released them with those updates, and this thing is working great. I wanted to start off with that because a lot of times, companies will have some teething issues when they release. A lot of those reviews will go out, but I want to give you an updated review on its current performance at the current iteration with all the parts and components. Now, is this going to be the best concealed carry handgun you've ever grabbed? Probably not. There's definitely going to be strengths and weaknesses of a handgun that costs right at about $330 at some locations, but this is definitely a great option at that price. So let's start off with the size in general. When the mags are in with the full pinky extensions, they hold 12 rounds and they feel about the size of a Glock 19, maybe just a touch smaller. You definitely notice it in the back right here. When you get a flush fitting mag in here, it's definitely reminiscent of a Glock 26. So this is a hybrid grip module, in my opinion, between the Glock 19 and Glock 26 size. Although you definitely get more rounds than the Glock 26, and this is more comfortable than the Glock 26 because the grip itself is actually thinner. It comes with 2 metal magazines and 10 or 12 round configurations, depending on which version you buy. So right out of the gate, it already has a leg up on the Glock 26 when it comes to the overall ergonomics and feel and capacity with about the same size mags. The next thing I want to discuss is the fact that it has some incredibly nice texturing, very aggressive texturing all around that helps you get a good hold on the pistol, and the grip angle is definitely steeper than a traditional Glock, or at least it feels like it in my opinion. It does have a slight undercut right here, feels fairly ergonomic in your hand. This one does have a flat face trigger with that trigger safety built in. Let's take a look at that. So you definitely have a smooth take up, feels very reminiscent of a traditional Glock. You hit a wall, I would say there's maybe a touch of sponginess, just a touch. But man, that's a nice break. Definitely on par or better than maybe a Glock Gen 4 or Gen 5 trigger. The next thing I want to note is it takes down the same as a standard Glock, the same style slide release, and overall it feels like a Glock. Now, I did actually I put a 26 slide on here, and that does work, but you get a lot of features with this slide, and in my opinion, you really wouldn't want to swap it out, especially at the price. We're talking about a $330 handgun here. With these features, you don't want to buy something else and throw it on there, but it is compatible if you wanted to know that. Now, I didn't run a lot of rounds to it. Honestly, just a mag, just a function check it, and I don't know about the GForce Arms Rapture warranty, if that would void it. Just something to consider. So the slide itself is nice. Again, very reminiscent of that G26. And you also don't have a way to mount a light on the bottom. Now, I would like to see companies utilize something like that, and that's where you start making sacrifices. You're going to start looking at the 365 XL, the Taurus GX4, the new PSA Micro Dagger, all have the ability to put subcompact lights on their guns, and some of them are about the same price as this, and some of them are carrying either the same rounds in a smaller package or more rounds in a slightly larger package or the same size package, but you are going to be spending more money. So it's definitely a give and take across the board. The other cool thing about this is, unlike a lot of those other handguns I mentioned, this one comes optics cut from the factory for both RMR and RMSC, and you can remove that plate. It also comes with raised fiber sights that work out great down at the range. Now let's talk about its performance when it comes to reliability and shootability shootability, and this is where I want to give a huge shout out to Callaway Ballistics for sending out the 9mm. We shot both their reman and their new manufactured 124 JHP with no issues whatsoever. The second handgun I received, which is actually this one right here, which is still my original handgun with just the upgraded components that they are now putting in them, ran 100% functional, no issues whatsoever, and I put a lot of rounds through it to really prove it out, and I really did want to run a wide variety of rounds, and it ran everything great, including the 124 grain hollow points, so no function issues. It also had a very nice ejection pattern. After that first mag or two break-in period, the ejection pattern really smoothed up and put them in a nice pile, so no issues there. The recoil impulse was fairly minimal and actually felt a lot better than a traditional Glock 26, so this also gets a leg up. And remember, the Glock 26 Gen 4 is coming around right about $500, so you're saving about $175 over that pistol, and you're getting a lot of added features. So it's pretty slick. Now, in summary, it's a nice handgun. I wanted to go over every aspect of this, its strengths, its weaknesses, and its track record, and I can definitely recommend this handgun if you are looking for something in this size constraint. Just know there's a lot of other guns on the market with their own strengths and weaknesses that you may want to compare it to. This was 100% functional after the updated components. It comes with a lot of nice upgrades that you would have to pay a lot for on other handguns. And remember, 2 mags in the box, the really nice case, all of the tools you'll need, and the gun itself for $330. That is going to be very hard to compete with. So this is a good option to at least consider, put on the list to check out, and I'll continue to update you guys on its performance when I take it down to the range. Thanks for watching, and thanks to GForce Arms for sending this out to the channel. Seems like a solid pistol for the money. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.